So when you got what, babe?
When I got the sandwich from Subway, you know how I do the mayonnaise. So it was a guy and a girl inside of the Gino and a black girl inside of them. So I was like telling him what to do with the mayonnaise. He was like, the both of them stopped and looked, and he was like, I have to use this. He was like, that's a good idea. I was like, you see how you close it and open it back up, and it's like everywhere.
Yeah, that's
You
how I do
know.
my regular bread.
He was like, I gotta use this for all my
I
stuff.
even rub it around.
I was like, make sure you get the edges.
Greetings, motherfuckers. Hey, motherfuckers. Hey, motherfuckers. Hey, motherfuckers. Hey, motherfuckers. How y'all doing? What y'all doing? What y'all doing? Well, Yehuda said I need to come on and talk about some stuff. So I came on to talk about some stuff. What y'all doing? Greetings, as Papa would say, greetings. Y'all, well, we got to talk about this her jab. We got the same birthday. It's 10/24. I'm sure he wasn't born in 79, but chilling. All right, bro. All right, Helen. Corey Dirk Dinkins. Greetings. Nicki Minaj is a distraction. Well, we're going to talk about all of it. Ding 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 ding. That's how I start my segment. That's the song for my segment. Okay. Remember, you guys, class for the Scripture and Davian Night class is the 22nd. And we may start a little bit early because I also am going to do Fox Soul that night. And that is at 11 o'clock p.m. So, let's get on into it. So I have been seeing, yeah, that's my breaking news music, Tar. Ding, 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 ding. That's it. I have been seeing a lot of people. So there have been a lot of people still have taken the jab, right? And have gotten COVID, have gotten the vid, even after taking a jab. So isn't the jab supposed to be what has stopped it? So I'm not understanding what is the point of receiving the jab. Listen, this little lash been getting on my nerves since I woke up, okay? What's the point of receiving a jab if you're still going to be able to contract and die from all of it? We have to be vigilant and understanding what they're doing. Nicki Minaj says she wants to do more research on something before she puts it in her system or into her baby's system. There is nothing wrong with it. You say, yep, 2 residents fully. Listen. Yes, okay, Tanya B. Because it is not for us. It is only a plan to kill us. It is to get rid of a large population of society. They keep shutting down this particular page and giving me a strike because of this or because of that. So I have to be aware of what I say and how I say it to you. You say a friend of mine died. A lot of people are dying from this fluid. This is not supposed to be for us. Do not put this shit in your system. There were many people in the hospital that were on the vid floor that actually had the jab and that was ill still. If it doesn't stop it, what is the point of it? I want you all to be aware of what a jab is, whether we're talking about for this or for that. The concept is they put what they're trying to rid of in your physical vessel. When they put it in your vessel, it's supposed to stop and create antibodies that lets you fight against the contracted virus. But if it's not fighting against it, they are just putting it in your system. We all are aware of this. Please put your hand up in the chat if you are aware that when you get any kind of jab, I don't care if it's for smallpox, rubella, what it's for, that they're putting some of it in your system. And when they put it in your system, it's supposed to be for you to develop the antibodies to not receive it, to not get it, right? Right, Renisha Jefferson. So I see a lot of hands, so y'all understand that they're putting it in your system. There's no wonder why these people are getting it, because it's not fighting against anything. They are purposefully putting it in your system, which is why people are immediately dying from this shit, getting sick from this shit, passing out, because they're putting a concentrated dosage. You have to remember, when this all first started, it was not called what it is now. It was called we need ice too. It was called the what? It was called the coronavirus. Nobody understood. Nobody even talked about it. Correct. Kia as Crystal Washington. Nobody, yes, is that why? Brittany, why? Nobody paid attention that they switched it very quickly. Do anybody understand or remember when they switched it over from the coronavirus to COVID-19? Dom 34, when did they switch it over from the coronavirus to COVID-19? There was a reason why they switched it over as well. You said the end of November, December, after Kobe, January, December. Yes, okay. You said when Trump, okay, baby. You said when Trump said China. When people began to realize the bullshit and they found it on the back of the Lysol can, when they began to do research and seen that the coronavirus had been around for a number of years, that this was not something that was new, they needed to change it to instill the fear factor tactic. So when they start calling it COVID-19, oh my God, that's different. We've never heard of that. Because when you call it the coronavirus, you understand that a simple can of Lysol can get rid of it. So they were not able to instill the fear-mongering tactic. Manipulation at its best, period. So, in order for them to tell you, because see, people thought Trump was an idiot when he said about like bleach and things like that, that he was saying injected into the body. He was not. He was letting you know what can kill it. But they didn't want that. They needed you to be fearful so you would go and get the jab. This is all mind manipulation and tactics. They keep putting this out there, and I will speak on it, and I will speak on it, and I will speak on it. There is a such thing called HIPAA. HIPAA says that you are the only person entitled to your medical records, period. Nobody in the free thinking world or any other third world country has a right to your medical records. The Biden says, we have been patient. They've been patiently what? Waiting for what? Nobody has the right to view, to know, to speak about, to discuss your medical records. That is against the law. You taking the vid test is not legal. They're telling people it is against the law for you not to take the vid test for surgery. It is not. If they tell you that is legally binding, they must tell you where to find it at legally. I want you to remember that. Where does it say it in the Constitution, in any of your laws, any of your corresponding legislations? Where does it say it at? And if they tell you that, then they must show it to you and prove it to you. They've told someone in order for her to have surgery, she must take the COVID-19 test. And they said it's illegal for her to not take it. Then they must show you and tell you where it's at. What law is that? What is the corresponding number, legislation, law? Where can I find it at? What's the HRC code? What is it? Where is it at? They must tell it to you or show it to you. I will not allow my people to perish for the lack of understanding or lack of knowledge. They're telling everybody, you say, Affordable Care Act, page 104. Explain. Explain it. And when did it pass? Who passed it? When did it pass? What year? Explain. Because this is what I keep telling everybody. They do shit under our noses. So they must tell it to you. But what does it say? Because they're telling us that since 1905, RFID chips, Obama, 2010. Exactly. But we didn't have COVID-19 until 2019, which is why it's 19. Now I'm going to block whoever that was that just called me because I know you saw me on the live. See, they keep saying that they're doing it for your own safety. I have the right to die if I want to. You must remember that. No, I want that juice. I don't want that no more. That's not good. You have the right to die if you want to. There's such thing that's called resuscitation and do not resuscitate. I can sign a NDR, do not a DNR, do not resuscitate. That means I have the right to die if I want to. Now, they'll tell you it's for your safety and for my safety. You're going to be completely covered. You're going to have your mask on and everything. So why do I need to be tested? If I have it, I have it, which I do not. They must still save your life. They're a medical professional and they took an oath to do so. They double talk you all the time. When you walk in a hospital, there's usually a placard that is up that says we have the right to refuse service to anyone. Then there is another oath that they have taken that says I will do whatever, even if they are on the street. Please understand what I'm saying to you. I don't give a fuck if a doctor is on the street standing at a subway or a bus stop and somebody falls out. He has taken an oath to save your life, period. And he must do it. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So Why does the placard in the hospital that says we have the right to refuse service to anyone? You do not. They do not. Because they took an oath and could be disbarred from the medical, or if that's how you say it, I don't even know. It's medical malpractice if they turn you away. And I have been turned the fuck away, and I had a lawsuit. I could have sued them people, but I was young and I didn't want to do it. Yes, also do no harm, but that is a lie. Now, which is why when I went into the hospital, they kept telling me to put the mask over my nose and over my mouth. Okay? The Hippocratic Oath. When she told me that, I said to her, I can't breathe like that. I don't want that over my nose. She says, it is a must. It is our policy. And I said to her, then I don't trust you as a medical professional. They're probably going to block my page after this live. I don't trust you as a medical professional because as a medical professional, you have been taught. Because as children, we were taught. You don't breathe in your own carbon dioxide. You breathe in oxygen. What do you breathe out? What you breathe out, you should not breathe back in. So why would I be rotating that inside of that? And they're wearing 2 masks at a time. CO2. And you're not supposed to breathe it in. So why would a medical professional tell you to do so? I don't trust you as a medical professional because you're lying to me, telling me to do that. That means as a medical professional, you are ignorant in your own practice. Furthermore, viruses are normally not even contracted that way. That's why Crystal Hearing Clear said to everyone, HIV is a virus that is contracted through blood. You cannot breathe it. In the 80s and the 90s, they were sure to tell you how you contracted a virus. It is through fluid. So they're telling you it's because if you cough, it is in the air. But we all know that air kills viruses. How could it live in the air? Once it hits the surface, after 3 seconds, it dies. But this virus seems to grow in cold air. That means it's what? It's not a virus. It is man-made and it is given out. Viruses don't survive in air. I tell people this all the time. Correct. Yes, please screen record this. Screen record it because they're going to probably take it down or block it or block my channel. It is absolutely man-made and airborne, whatever it is. Now, 2 years ago, I did a video that has been destroyed by the Pathetic One, along with some of my other ones. And in that video, I explained that they have taken different viruses and mutated them and put them together and put it out. 2019, January 1st, I did a world reading where it says a package would be delivered and it would affect the American public. I'm thinking, hey, Cookie. I'm thinking that we're talking about a real package, maybe of an explosion, because it kept saying an explosion. It was, and it was an explosion of a man-made, not virus, something put upon the people. I just was watching some sort of documentary from China where they were over there passing the fuck out. A whole building of people died. This is not a virus. How long does it take for HIV to turn into AIDS before AIDS can kill you? Let's talk about it. It is a weapon of mass destruction. So how long, because that is a virus, that is one of the most deadliest viruses that's on the planet. They call it a virus, right? It takes years for it to, to turn into AIDS. And sometimes it may not even reach that if they give you medicine, because Magic Johnson has had it since I was at least 9 or 10 years old. I am 41. It is no longer detected in his system. That means he has taken medication that has rid of it, because they have the cure, always have. They made them both at the same time. Let me look at some of the chat. So what crazy is, the same people that made HIV are the same people that made COVID. Bill Gates and Dr. Fauci are the ones who own the patents for both viruses vaccine. Absolutely, because I've done my research. Every virus from SARS to MERS to COVID-19 has a patent. That means it is man-made. So then I thought I would do research to see about the diseases. The disease inside the body, like cancer. They do not have patents, although they are given as well. So they don't have patents because they are created through mucus inside of the body, through the foods of eating incorrectly. It is the mutation of the body not accepting what you're putting into it, and it causes dis-ease inside of the body, which causes different things to malfunction inside of the body, giving you different illnesses. I am not a physician. I am not a doctor. I do not pretend to be one, but I know what I know. I tell you to do your own research. Gratitude, Kwamisha Raynor. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Absolutely. Because when you put certain things in a body that is not conducive to what the body needs, it forms mucus. And mucus forms dis-ease that is different from a man-made virus. Man-made viruses take hold in the body and then mutates into different things and can be activated. It could be nanoparticles. It could be a multitude of things. It could be given to you. Yehuda says in the way that they're doing things now, the different things they have now can give it to you via satellite. You do not understand the level of technology. Because let's be clear, viruses are technology, which is why they did this simultaneously with the 5G towers. Anybody else phone act even better since 5G? Not mine. It's worse. Anybody's phone on here works better because of 5G, or telephone, or TV works better because of 5G? Not mine. Mine is worse. They started this in 2008. Nobody understood what was happening. When did they do this? Why did they do it? How did they start it in 2008? Who knows that answer? 2008, they started this. What did they do? Almost. It is Obama, but they switched over from analog to digital so they can monitor. That was the only way they can reverse all of the cameras in your TVs, phones, and computers so they can watch Big Brother is real. They're watching me through the phone immediately right now. Digital transfer. They started in 2008. They even gave you the little boxes, the converter boxes. They were giving them out for free to make sure. Since when does the Americans give you anything for free unless it's going to benefit them? If it furthers the agenda. Since when anything medical is free? There's so many places you can get the jab for free here. Free testing here. Who the fuck is paying for it? It is absolutely giving different things inside the body to 5G towers. It is a killer. They're attacking you from every, say, a timeline of 5G development from 1979 to now. Let's take a look at it. Babe always finding something. Information about cookies. Okay. Let's see. The first generation, 1984, initially launched in 1979 in Tokyo. By 1984, the first generation 1G of the wireless standard was rolled out across the whole of Japan by the Nippon Telegraph and Telephone. In 1983, the U.S. launched its first 1G network using the Motorola Dyna TAC mobile phone, with other countries such as the UK and Canada following suit a few years later. Okay? It's always been them. I told y'all, every time I would take a DMT trip, they kept showing me the Asian lady that was half serpent, half Asian. I thought I was tripping because I seen that shit in the Golden Child, a movie with Eddie Murphy. So I realized they got to show you every fucking thing. They must tell you everything. Papa Candelo always says the battlefield, but we don't realize the battlefield was the whole planet. They were fighting amongst the planet constantly. All right. So, commercially launched on the Global System for Mobile Communications, GSM, standard in Finland. In 1991, 2G brought a wireless standard far superior from anything that the first generation had in offer. They have been working its way up to this. This shit ain't by accident. You just don't know all of the deaths that are connected to this shit coming. They're never going to tell you. Never. But even more importantly, 2G made way for a huge cultural shift. Text messages, picture messages, and multimedia messages were made possible, creating a whole new way for people to communicate. Spirit showed me the other day. The 80s came in and changed a whole bunch of shit. But it changed the mindset of people wanting to be free of certain things. You said 7G and 8G already in the country, Norway. When this shit happens, it is going to kill. Why? Because they have had to implement, because you may be vegan, you may not eat the shit they put in the food. You may not take a vaccine. They have to find different ways, but they know everybody's going to drink the water. I told you what they're doing to the water. The majority of the world eats vegetation. Told you what they're trying to do to that. They are implementing tactics to kill regardless as to what you do. So I'm a vegan. I'm not going to eat any of this contaminated ass food that they keep putting on the shelf that they watched during the first wave. They watched what came off the shelves in the first wave, and then they made a joke about it. Chicken and watermelon. What they meant is they saw what the black community, my eye just turned red again, what the black community was going to eat and take. They took notice of it. Okay? First launched in May 2001 for pre-release testing. As with previous generation, 3G was available in Japan first in October 2001. We are always told one thing does not have anything to do with the other one. However, cancer is on a high. From children, newborns, you have to ask yourself why. Large cases like the one Aaron Brockovich did, right? People were very quick. Well, that's a smile. See, that's a smile. You have no idea the cancers that they're putting in people, the contamination of the water, contamination of the food, because they'll tell you one thing doesn't have anything to do with the other, but it absolutely does. They have synthetic, all of the food is damn near a GMO. You have no idea what you're eating. I keep trying to tell people this. Do you know how much chicken? Who loves chicken? Put your hand up. Because I used to be a beautiful chicken lover. I love chicken. I'm a vegetarian. I do not eat it at all. But I used to be a big chicken lover, baby. Chicken, bark, bark. Chicken, right? Now, if I can get you to tell me what state you're in, I'm going to fuck you up with this, hopefully. What state are you in, chicken lovers? Good. Y'all see the states? You know how many countries eat chicken too? So you got England, look, Norway, well, Denmark. All these places eat chicken too, correct? So you got DC, Chicago, Tampa, Florida, Nevada, Tennessee, Texas, North Carolina. How many cities are in one state? How many grocery stores, fast food chains is in one city? How much chicken are they selling out of each one of these? Do you believe that there is that much chicken in the world? There you go, sexual healer. Where is it coming from? It's not real. It's no way it can be. It's no way. They show you these little plants. There was a documentary that I watched where the farmers are getting paid to destroy their crops, their vegetation crops. They're getting paid to destroy them. So you have no choice but to go back eating meat or die. But the meat is not real. Why are they paying farmers to kill their own crops? They're getting paid. They're burning them, correct? And they said they told them, well, how do we know when we have destroyed enough? They said, because via the satellites, we will call you and let you know what we have seen if we feel like it's enough. 30,000 per acre, Shamika. Gratitude. What are you eating? Because you're not eating chicken. What are you eating? They're purposely causing food shortages. Why? Why are they doing that? Why do they want you to eat it? I don't even eat. You got a phone call coming in. I didn't answer it. I don't eat that shit. They're contaminating the water. It was something from New York. I want to finish reading it to them. I'm going to finish this out for y'all. 4G was first introduced in the UK in 2012, with EE rolling out its 4G services to 11 major cities, including London, Manchester, Bristol, Birmingham, Cardiff, Edinburgh, Leeds, Liverpool, Sheffield, Glasgow, and excuse me, Southampton. Hold on. I ain't coughed all morning until I started talking about them. I want y'all to understand this too. Gratitude. I want y'all to understand this too. People are going crazy in the mind because of the food, because of the water contamination, because of the different 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 G's. People are going crazy mentally. I told y'all, somebody sent it today. I told y'all to keep watching for Wendy Williams. All of that was going to happen with her. Just got the article today. Somebody sent it to me. Got the article yesterday about the children they just found in the containers. Dead. It's happening. You could think I'm bullshit if you want to, but it's happening, as I said that it would. Although 5G isn't a commercially available mobile network yet, it is pegged to be considerably faster than its predecessor 4G and has the potential to enable big data industries such as the Internet of Things and smart homes and cities. However, this is probably an old what's the word for this thing? My mind is not working. Article. So it's already, this is probably like 2 years old, okay? Because as you know, they're already working on the other shit. In May 2013, Samsung announced that it had created a 5G network, and according to Forbes, Samsung intends to sell 10 trillion. US $7 billion worth 5G network equipment by 2022. In November 2013, Hawaii, not the state, I don't know if that's the phone, HUAWEI, the phone, I used to have one of those, pledged to invest in the testing and development of 5G networks by 2018. The planned $600 million. Let's talk about these numbers, shall we? I want y'all to pay attention to something. They're always talking about the deficit and what we don't have, yet they burn money constantly. Okay? They're always talking about the homeless and what they don't have. Okay, it was April 22nd, 2020. They're always talking about what they don't have, the deficit. However, they are millionaires. There are homeless people everywhere. Why don't they tell you that there's massive resources? Nobody should ever be homeless or hungry. Why don't they want you to know that? Why is they making it? Why have they made it illegal in some states? Pay attention to what I'm going to say. Do you know they have made it illegal in some states to feed the homeless? Why? So why is it not illegal for them to be homeless? Shouldn't your state be held accountable for all of the homeless people? For those people who cannot eat? They make it, such a problem for you to go and get food stamps, They hire the worst bitches in the world to give you the nastiest time to make you want to walk out. They hire the nastiest bitches that make you feel horrible about yourself. But they don't open up any jobs. Why is there a cap on what the fuck the national oh my God, I can't think of the word of what you can be paid? What is happening there? The standard. Why is that not $20 an hour? Why is it not $20 an hour? If there is a chain of restaurants, that means that chain are millionaires. You mean they cannot afford you to pay you more than $8 an hour? Walmart is a billion, trillion-dollar industry. That's why they have underground bunkers. They closed a lot of Walmarts to put underground bunkers, and Walmart is in bed with a whole bunch of elite. Why are you not being paid in order for you to live? Why is it illegal to feed the homeless? Let's see, what is this? Reuters.com, Reuters.com. False claim, this was April 7th, 2020. False claim, 3G, 4G, and 5G caused SARS, swine flu, and the new coronavirus. Posts on social media has claimed that 3G was introduced in 2013. The same year as the SARS outbreak, 4G was introduced in 2009, the same year as the swine flu outbreak, and that 5G was introduced in 2020, the same year as the coronavirus outbreak. The claim implies the telephone networks caused these outbreaks with overlaid texting reading, "I dare anyone tell me this was a coincidence." Let's also remember that all of this always comes around voting and electoral time as well. They think that we are stupid, and they think that we do not know. They think that we will not pay attention, which is why they keep threatening me and shutting down my shit. It is all connected. That's why I keep telling you, they keep saying, well, one thing hasn't anything to do with the other. Yes, it does. If I keep telling you the back of my neck hurt, and every time my neck hurt, I get a headache, and you keep saying, well, one thing doesn't have anything to do. Yes, the fuck it does. Just like every time if I turn my phone on and I put it on my bed and I wake up with a headache every morning. However, if I put my phone, turn it off, and I put it way across the room and different in the closet, and I wake up fine, that means there's a connection there. Why don't they want you to know this shit? People always text me and ask me or call me and ask me and say, well, what are we supposed to do? Get fucking smart and speak about it. You must talk about it. You must speak about it. Why do they keep blocking me? Why do they keep threatening me? Why do they keep striking my page, taking my YouTube? All I'm doing is telling the truth. If you can find it in law, why can't we talk about it? I posted a video and I said, well, I'll sit this right here. It was of a genome shaking in her car with her children. She was having a horrible seizure. Her daughter had to call the ambulance. She told the ambulance, the lady was shaking. She said, I took the jab. I posted it. They covered it and threatened me and said, we'll take your page down if you post anything else like this. Why? I didn't say anything. They're trying to hide it. Why are they hiding it from the American public? We are the only country that's supposed to have complete freedoms. Well, we're the only country that speaks on it. Not the only one that has it. We're the only one that speaks on it. We're so free. People of the free, give us free. But we're still being monitored. We can't say what we want to say. They can't take my page because I say what I want to say. This is the land of the free, isn't it? If I wanted to stand up and strip my motherfucking clothes off on this motherfucker, it's the land of the free, isn't it? If I want to die, then that's my freedom, isn't it? You said it's all connected in the show Manifest. I started to watch it, but I have not seen it. Censorship. Yes, we allegedly have freedoms. Why? This is the land of the free, home of the brave, land of the free. But they don't want you to be brave or free. Why is that? When they say land of the free, who are they talking about? Because they're telling you they've never changed it. They just told you that they changed it. They see Melanites as not being human. So when they say they're here to protect and serve, when they say that the rights are for humans, they're not talking about us. This is modern day slavery. And I was never a fucking slave. I'm a deity. Why they don't want you to know that? I just watched the movie last night, Karen. Oh, Karen. Karen was not a lie. The movie Karen was exactly what the fuck it is. That means they know. Why did they make that movie? Somebody tell me. Why did they make that movie Karen? Because they have to tell us, Tia Marie. Because they told it to you, you know now what's happening. They've already said it's universal law. They must tell it to you. It's not to throw it in your face. It's to tell you because they must tell you. This is what's happening. We're acting like it's not real. We're not going to convict anybody, but we must tell you that this is real. This is what's happening. They must let you know that you live in a racist society, a prejudicial society. I don't mind a racist because I'm a racist. I love my race. I'm very fluent in it. But I am prejudiced against those who are prejudiced against me, and it has nothing to do with your race. I don't need to be prejudiced against you when I know that I am above you anyway. People keep saying I preach hate. I don't need to preach hate. I preach love of self and love of your own kind. To them, that sounds like hate. Because they hate you and you must not love yourself. Why don't they want you to love yourself? Why don't they want you to be healthy? Our ancestors, some of them have let us down. Many of our ancestors would not stop eating animal products and pork. They push it upon you. That's white people shit to be vegetarian. We eat pork. Meanwhile, the doctor's not telling you that pork is what's killing your system. Why should you not be healthy with a chance to live? Why? Especially when in With the Health, the documentary, they show you that majority of the meat have abscess and boils and infections and pus, and they still process it and give it to you as food. They're cloning it. It's not real. They're giving you dog and all kind of shit, telling you that it's a certain kind of meat and that it's not. Why are they processing certain... Don't call me. You see me live, don't call me. They're processing certain plant-based meats and telling you it's plant-based. Plants do not bleed. Why are your plant-based meats bleeding? Because they don't bleed because they're plants. You have no idea what you're eating, yet you keep consuming it. That's even with broccoli and cauliflower. We know that they're GMOs. They have no nutritional value at all. Neither does carrots, but they've pushed that all your life, telling you you need carrots. Anybody ever caught a tilapia fish? You ever caught that before? You ever known somebody who caught a piece of tilapia in the sea, in the pond, in the water? Milk. Do you know that a human face that's on whiting? Carrots are not real. It depends on what carrot you get. Carrots are not real. That is a GMO. If you get like the purple carrots and things like that, I believe some of them are the realer ones. Unless you get the small bananas that has the black seeds on the inside. And some people have no idea what I'm talking about because they've never seen it. A lot of times you will find those in the Hispanic grocery stores like Fiesta. It's where you will find the small bananas that have the black seeds on the inside. Those are the only real bananas. The bananas that you have been eating are hybrids between those real bananas and plantains. They're hybrids. Those are the Umburo bananas. Those are the only real bananas. They're small like this, extremely sweet and delicious in taste, and they have little black seeds in them. And the seeds you can eat. They're edible. Tilapias are GMOs, right? That's why you have never, ever caught one. And I used to go fishing when I was little. We have been tricked. We have been fooled. We have been tricked. We have been fooled. Let me state this too. Please stop sending money because I have been sending people's money back for Atlanta. I am over capacity. There are no more seats left. People just keep sending money. I keep sending it back. I had 25 seats. I am well over 30. Well over 30. Do not send any more money for Atlanta. We have no more seats left. I am hot. I am burning up. I want to take this off and I can't because I ain't got no clothes on. Atlanta has been sold out for 2 days and people keep sending money. And I just keep opening up slots. I cannot. I'm almost at 35 people. I had to send money back. I only had 25 seats. He said it's called passion. I want y'all to understand there are multiple plans to take us the fuck out of here. Multiple plans. Remember what I told you about the HIPAA law? Because they keep telling people who have not had a vaccine. How would they know that you have not been vaccinated? It is your legal right to have no one know your medical record. So that means that is against the law. So if somebody speaks upon your medical record, you should be able to have them arrested because that is illegal. That's right. Report it to who? Why is that their business? So why don't I know all of your medical record? If I'm allowed to know if you've been vaccinated, which is your legal right to be silent upon, why don't I know all of your... Have you ever had herpes? I need to know that, right? I should know that. Herpes really can be spread. So why don't I know that? Why is that your legal right? Why is it still illegal for you to tell me that your brother has AIDS? That's illegal. I can have you arrested. He can have you arrested for telling me that he has AIDS because you have now invaded his privacy upon his medical records. So if it's not my legal right to know that, why the fuck would it ever be anybody's legal right to know if you are not or have been vaccinated, if you have been COVID tested, if you haven't? It is illegal. Know your legal rights. Do research. If you find anything, bring it back to me. Let me know so we can look at it thoroughly. Nashville is still available. We have a few more seats for that. Just a few more. I want y'all to be vigilant. I want you to be smart. Let me read that. The law has already said where if something happened to you after the vaccination, you can't hold the period. Period. Your medical record is your innate right to have silent and quiet. Nobody has to know it. Nobody needs to know it because that's your right. Only time they can do that is if you have been passing out an STD and they have asked you to come in and you will not. They will sometimes start to contact your sexual partners. If you are killing people upon it, they will sometimes issue out those kind of things. Letters and things like that. Somebody just asked me if I would speak about Larry Hoover. In the midst of us learning about how we not going to die, you want to know about a gangster who getting ready to get out of prison that's going to die anyway when he get out. Because they're going to implement that hit. There's still a hit on him. But okay. All right. That's enough. I wanted to make everybody aware of what's going on. You know. So nobody has the right to you to do anything to you. Make sure you know. Make sure you understand. Make yourself aware of what they're doing. I told you about the liquefying of certain things and all of this. Do your research in laws and all of this shit. Bring it back to me. Let me know. Because laws change every day because we don't look at it. We're not listening. We're not paying attention. So they're doing shit under our noses like I told y'all. In New York, they changed it first. Like you don't have any rights to your children. I just saw, somebody just sent me a video, or somebody had showed me a video, I should say, of a Congress meeting where they said people do not have rights to their children anymore, correct? This was in a Congress meeting after I did it and said it in a world reading. She said, it was a genome. She said, they do not have the rights to their children. Why wouldn't you have rights to your own children anymore? Unless they've changed laws for what? I don't have small children, but you all do. And you need to understand what they are doing. They're coming to take your children. If these people are the same people who thinks that it's okay for pedophilia to be legalized, they're calling it man-boy love, and they want to legalize it. You have to understand why they're trying to legalize it. So if somebody comes and takes your child to be their lover, they want it to be legal in the eyes of the law and people. You have to understand what is happening. You have to understand. Let's wake up. Let's talk about it. Let's get moving on it. We may come back and do a live later. I don't know if me and Cooley gonna do the show tonight. I have not heard from him. So we're gonna see if we're gonna do hood news tonight. So we'll see. I love y'all from a genuine place. Keep your minds open. Keep your minds open. They're saying Wendy Williams is having a mental breakdown, but I told y'all she would. So keep your minds open, okay? I love you from a